Probably just how diverse it is and the different people and how we can all love each other and, no matter race and just the rainbow nation of it.
I just like the nature. I think it's there's really beautiful parts of it. It's, almost like what he said with diverse, but I mean you've got like super busy towns and then you've got like really nice quiet farmlands and like
I've
nice
noticed
rural
that a
urban
lot,
areas. Yeah.
Like just walking around, like parts of this remind me of like some parts of the U.S. Like this reminds me of Florida. Like you got like a Beverly Hills-esque thing going to the bottom of the mountain, and it's just very diverse.
Yeah. No, I grew up like just down the west coast where I've been lots of different places, and I always come back here. This is like my favorite place in the world. We've got the mountains, we've got the deserts, we've got the beaches, forests.
I haven't seen a proper desert yet as badly as I want to, but yeah, you guys got all of it. Which
Namibia's got a slightly better one than we do, but yeah, like as far as diversity goes, not only within the cultures, but within the landscapes, the climates that we have here. We've got a cold current on this side and a warm tropical current on the east coast, so yeah, it's like everything just condensed into this little spear tip at the bottom of Africa.
How do you all perceive that outsiders view your guys' country as? I kind of talked about this a little bit with you before, how like when I was coming down here, all of my family was worried because all they hear about from here is murders and all sorts of stuff like that. But as you can see, like it's not always that case. Like I know a lot of people who like go for it, we loved it and everything else. How do you guys view like outsiders coming here? Like do you think they're scared? Do you think they're happy, excited? What is your opinion on that? Tourism in general.
I think people have built such a big idea of South Africa in terms of like you walk through the streets and there's lions and all the crime and etc, but it's not as bad as people make it sound.
I met somebody like that. They wanted to, they're like, why are you going to Africa? Like, what's in Cape Town? I showed them Cape Town. They're like, I thought it had been all forests and jungles and like huts. I'm like, no, it's a thriving city.
I think there's like a lot of like media disinformation and stuff. Like people confuse South Africa with like parts of like Middle Africa, and like they get this idea of like jungle and like just dirt roads with like animals and lions and
I mean that'd be cool and all, but like it's not all like that. And
not all of Africa is like a safari.
Yeah, to the better extent, it's actually like rather than like wildlife intruding on humanity is intruding on wildlife and trying to protect it at the same time. But I've had like the same thing going to the States. I went to the States.
Where'd you go?
2 years back. North Carolina, a little bit of New York, New England, Maine.
Saw all of it.
Yeah, just like up the coastline and all of that. And I had like exactly the same thing, but the opposite, of like America, like crazy, everybody's like super never-minded about things.
If you go West Coast, it's friendly, but you go East Coast, it's all like uptight business.
Yeah, so. But everywhere I went, I met people that were like-minded, people that were like in tune with what was going on and mindful about everything that is in their environment, and most like worldly people that travel as well. So I think like it's very easy anywhere you go to be able to get disassociated with like the stigma and the stereotypes of a place.
Whereas for me, I got disassociated when I came here, not because of like people like you guys. Like I love talking to you guys, I love seeing everything I've seen. I think the most disassociating thing that threw me off, that makes me throw my headphones on and just ignore people, walking through downtown, it's impossible. You get harassed or like rubbed up on, or people like I was just grabbing dinner once and I had like 10 homeless guys all surround me within like 5 minutes of me walking home. It was scary, but it's not. I don't actually feel in danger in this part of the city. Whereas I have learned outside north is getting pretty bad now in Cape Town, in South Africa. But I love the vibes I get from down here. Everyone seems very, once you break the ice, friendly. Besides that, it's just it's wonderful to deal with down here. Now I have one final question, and I kind of didn't say much about this. This is the other part of what I like to do.
Right.
Are you guys happy with your lives? I'm just curious, like, because in the U.S. I get people who are everything in the U.S. is work, and you'll be happy because you'll have money. But I don't believe in that philosophy. I spend every last cent I have on my filming equipment I have and traveling down here. I'm completely broke, about to go back and have nothing. But I'm happier than I've ever been because of that. And I'm curious, like, do you guys, your lives right now, are you happy?
Like I'm 28 years old and I've been traveling since I was 19, basically, like on sailboats, on the ocean, in places, and I eventually like stuck down with like a good job that paid money, and I was never happier than when I was like broke, traveling around, seeing places, spending time in places. Like I got stuck in Brazil with no money. We're living with a family that didn't speak English, and it was great. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Those are the best things because it makes you open up and see the culture more.
Yeah, it forces you to learn. It forces you to get out of your like that little structured bubble, which a lot of South Africans do have. You may have noticed. It's just like ingrained with us, but it's nice to just break out of that and just like breathe a little bit of the fresh air.
That goes for
Somebody
everyone.
else's fresh
Yeah.
air. Yeah.
There's so many people stuck in that area. What about you? You seem a bit younger than him, so I assume you got a lot of...
Yeah, well, I'm 20, but pretty much the same. Like, I think, you know, money isn't everything. You can't really, like, buy happiness. So I was thinking of going to college and, you know, studying, like, more of a safe job where I could make, you know, steady income over years, you know, 10 years and stuff like that. But I thought, like, it's probably one of those jobs I'm probably not going to enjoy it. So even though I'm making, you know, a sufficient amount of money that's going to support me, I'm not going to be happy doing what I'm doing. So I feel like, you know, if you're doing what you love and it's enough to get you by, then it's probably good. So that's my point on this. It's my view of it.
Actually, just heard earlier today, somebody was saying you could get the safe job, but when you're in your 20s, those are your risky days.
Yeah, exactly.
You can get the safe job in your 30s. You don't necessarily have to. In college, go to college for something you want, but it's not a required thing anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
So definitely enjoy it. Especially this. I would love to work on a boat and be able to go out on the ocean all the
I'll
time.
be careful what you wish for.
I'm landlocked where I'm from, so I really can't. Unless I get quarantined here and miss my flight.
Yeah,
I guess last but not least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy. I think things with COVID starting last year and stuff was tough, and we all had to kind of get used to the new world. But I'm just feeling super grateful to be able to work here, learning ropes from Wesley
really
and
sick.
meeting Reef and all these things.
It's nice not to have to graft on this moment.
So I think life kind of takes you where I plan. Just go with the flow and things happen for a reason.
Oh yeah, I like that. Well, thank you guys for helping me with the interview.
Thank you.
I really
Thanks
appreciate
so much.
it. Alright. So, I'm vaccinated, so you don't have to worry about me not wearing my mask.
Are you vaccinated?
Yeah.
Okay.
One good part about being from the US, you can get it at 18 instead of 35.
Wow.
Yes. So, basically I want to start off by asking you guys, are you from South Africa? Mm-hmm. You guys are from here?
No, we're not. Oh, okay. Oh, you
Are you? Yeah. Might as well. So, where are you from?
I'm from Barcelona.
And are you from here?
I'm from Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Ooh, isn't that where Devil's Falls is?
I don't really know about it.
The big falls, yes.
The big falls.
It's like where you can like lay.
Oh yes.
You lay and you can look over the falls on the water. It's so
Yeah,
cool.
that's the Devil's Pool.
So Devil's
I haven't
Pool.
been there yet.
So all right. So when you guys moved here, what was your initial thoughts before you came here? Were you scared? Were you afraid? Or what were you expecting when you got here?
Well, I heard about. I came here 15 years ago, and then I heard about South Africa, that it wasn't that. Well, I was living in Kenya and Tanzania at that moment, so all the South Africans that I was meeting there, for my traveling, it was not as friendly as I was expected, or they were not. Or maybe I had the impression that they were not approachable.
So you had a more negative.
No, that was not negative.
Well,
it was just difficult to approach them.
Isolated, like they were in like a bubble, and it was a lot harder to get to know people.
But I think because they were working and they were doing their own thing, so I think that was my experience at the beginning. But when I got here, it was completely different.
And everyone just is so heartwarming and loving.
Yes, correct. Yes, now I feel comfortable just walking on the street and just saying hi to everybody, or just saying good morning or whatever. That's normal.
And
something
hiking up here with you, I love that enthusiasm. I want to get to that point. I'm still new and all that traveling, so I'm still trying to get to that point. And then what about you? How did you feel before you got here?
For me, like when everyone else is talking about South Africa, you get the negative part of it. But when you come and encounter the whole situations that are happening here, you get, for me, I get comfortable now. I feel like I'm at home. So it's quite alright for me.
Yeah, every time I've heard about this place from people who have not been here or workers from here, they all say negative things. But then when I watch people who've been here or meet people who are from here and actually came down here to do more than just work, they loved it. They were always saying it's a favorite place and everything else.
Beautiful.
And just looking around, I mean, the cave, the mountains, there's nothing like it.
Yeah,
So, what is your all-time favorite part about South Africa? Like if you were to end up moving away, what is the one thing that would drive you to come back here to visit at least?
The mountain.
Yes. Same for me. Yeah.
Agreed.
The mountain has a huge energy that you feel it. You feel it when you are in town. You feel it when you're in the house, and then once you see it, you have to come. You have to hike it. You have to be around it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because on the trails, like when you're walking through the city, not everyone's gonna say hi to you or anything. But when you're walking up the mountains, everyone is just.
Everyone is friendly. Yeah.
Even if they're almost dead, climbing down the mountain, it's always.
Everyone has got the same goal. They want to get to the top.
Oh yeah. Or not fall going down. That's how I'm feeling because I don't wear boots when I hike. I wear running shoes, so I'm slipping and sliding all the way down. So so that's the reason why I want to do this interview is for prejudice. Prejudice being the whole factor of people judging people based on things others do. So there are South Africans that are murderers and killing.
Yeah.
But that's such a small amount, and I want to reduce that hatred or judgment of all South Africans because not everyone is like that. Because you guys are now South Africans. You guys are lovely people. Everyone up here, I'm sure, is lovely, and everyone I've met, I have not had a single negative thing about this. The biggest thing is I hate how many homeless people there are because it makes me feel that like things could be better, of course. But that's everywhere I've gone. It's not that I don't like the homeless people. It's the fact I don't like how everything plays out that makes homeless people homeless.
Correct.
But besides that, I love everything about being down here. So
definitely, there's more noise of negativity of things that that might happen in South Africa, but there's no exposure enough to say how beautiful this is.
Oh yeah, because Google image search this and I was looking at everything about South Africa and everything. Google Images, I was like, it is beautiful. Nothing compares to coming down and actually seeing it yourself. No pictures, no images, no nothing. So, I guess this leads into my final questions. Number one being is, are you guys happy with your life?
100%. Yes.
No regrets. Looking back, you love everything about what you do.
Yes, sorry.
For me, it's been a learning process. So.
But you're getting there to where you're living life to the fullest.
I've encountered some ups and downs here in South Africa, some pros and cons,
but overall, would you say you're able to look at life and be like, I'm doing good. I'm loving what I do, even if I'm encountering hardship. You feel.
Yes, I love it here. I definitely love it here.
Glad to hear that. Because that is a process a lot of people don't even get to, and they work their whole lives trying to make money to become happy, and they grow up, they make that money, they have families, and they're some of the most miserable people out there. Some of the people who are broke their entire lives making bare minimum job in the world, happiest people you'll ever meet. And I like to meet those people to see how the new generation is shaping that, because my family, no one's like that. Everyone lived their life hard working, busting their butt, getting dinner on the table, and just they were suffering, and now they get time to relax, and they're older, and they have all these regrets. And now it's just everything is flip-flop. You can do what you love and be happy with it, and it's great. So my final question is, what is it you want to do with your life? Like, looking at everything you've done now, what is something you dream of doing and putting all your effort towards?
Well, that's a very good question.
If you don't have an answer for it, I can put no, but most people don't.
This time you're gonna go first, because I think you have better plans than I do.
Yeah, for me, I still want to finish my degree in telecommunications. That's the thing that I want to pursue at the moment. That's what I want. In telecommunications, I've got a diploma, but I still want to pursue it to get a degree and be in the telecommunications industry.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And what about you?
I think lately, and with all this situation that we're going through, I've learned that not having a plan is already a plan. Not having a plan and just surfing the waves that we are surfing
with the flow.
get you to other different places, you know, other situations and things that you keep learning, you know. So I actually thank the moment that we're going through, because it put me out of what I was, you know, my comfort zone, that I was, maybe I would have done this for 20 more years, but now I see things differently, you know. So if things shift and changes, I'm not afraid, or I'm not
You're
hesitant.
better
you know.
equipped, better
Correct.
prepared.
So anything, yeah.
Oh yeah, just to learn new things, and yeah. So I think that's the way forward, you know, just to learn how to adjust to new situations. Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me, or anything you'd like to say for the end of the interview? Anything else?
How many interviews have you done already?
I have done one. I've been making films for a little while, mostly daily vlogs, and that's the style of the videos I go for here, because it's more personal, it's more interactive, it actually showcases what I'm doing with my life. I'm terrified of approaching people.
Okay.
That's why I walk through with headphones on, and I want to meet people, I love meeting people, but if I'm in an area that I'm new with, I'm terrified of meeting people. So yesterday, I actually walked around the entire VA waterfront, because I watched my favorite YouTuber, Casey Neistat, biggest inspiration besides Yester, and he had said something that really tossed my entire life into question. I was like, is this really what I want to be doing? And the end of that video was basically just got me wanting to grab my camera and just go. So I grabbed it, put it in my pack, and I went for a walk. Got down to the waterfront. 2 hours of walking later, I felt uncomfortable. I felt kind of like nervous. I never asked anybody until I got all the way to the sailboats, and I saw some guys working on some sailboats, and I asked them if I could interview them. They invited me down on their boat and did a nice little interview. So,
Okay.
and that's what got me so easily to be able to
People
ask.
here are actually nice. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. As you have seen, like everyone else is saying hello when they're going down and you're going up. So yeah.
The funny stories you tell and everyone else was really cool. All right. Do you have any questions or anything else?
How are you finding Cape Town at the moment? And do you think you will come back at some point?
Oh, I'll definitely come back. Now that I know the area by hand, like it's like I've learned it for myself, I will definitely come back to hit these trails, to go see things, because everything's still, not everything is closed anymore, but like I want to come back and see the fur seals, I want to go to Robben Island, I want to see the penguin, I want to rent a car and go to the end of the Cape and back, I want to see a safari, all of that stuff. And just do all that and just see the world, like this place, that way. Because when you come down here initially, it's like I had to get a place on my own, not knowing anything. So it was very nerve-wracking. I was very scared. And to get down here, it's pouring down rain. The first day you can't see anything. Everyone's in a gloomy, muggy look. I pull up on Tibetan camp where I'm staying at. And I get out and I'm looking around, I'm like, this is very, ugh. Next day I said, screw it, and I went for same day actually, couldn't even check into my place yet. I just had all my equipment on me, my bag stuffed to the brim, a second bag stuffed to the brim. I hiked up Table Mountain, not all the way, but like up to like the road and stuff. I was like, this is so nice. And then
that was the energy of the mountain calling you. Yeah. Come up.
But I'm taking every second I can to enjoy it to the max. So I'm definitely gonna have to come back, and I just love it. I love the people. I love everything about it.
Cool. So thanks.
All right. Thank you guys so much for the interview.
Yeah, pleasure. Anytime.
This would be the sad part when I come over here and then it's not even recording.